Hello everyone, welcome to Malim Chess Kids. Today I share the gameplay by James and Alexander, and this beautiful game complete in just only 18 moves. And let's see how the game play. The game starts with the pawn to e4, d6, d4, and here you have the Philidor Defence. After this, the black continue to play knight f6, knight to c3, then c6 was played, and now the white play a4, trying to attack from the queen side. Then the black reply with e5, trying to gain control of the center, and here the white just played knight f3 and develop the knight to the center of the board. Then knight b to d7, and here is the first 5 move, and you can see that the white is slightly better in this position. And the game continue with the bishop to c4, and then bishop to e7. So after this, the white can go for a short castling, as well as the black also can go for a short castling. And the white made a short castling, then the black move queen to c7. So after this, the white keep on develop the rook to the center, rook to e1, and here the black just play h6. And after this, the knight to h4, trying to go to knight to f5 and attack the pawn at g6 was played to prevent the knight to go to f5. And here the whites play f4, trying to attack the pawn at e5. After this, the pawn e takes f4, and here the white push the e5 pawn to attack the knight, and also can attack the pawn. So after this, the d takes e5, and here the pawn capture back again and attack the knight. So this, the black just capture the e5 pawn. With this capture, the queen to d5 and maintain a multiple attack towards the knight. So if this position, if you capture, is not to capture with the pawn, with the bishop. If you capture with the bishop, then the queen can come to b6 and check the king. After check the king, if you move the king inside, then the knight will just capture the bishop and will be winning a piece and can keep on attack the pawn. So if you move the bishop to attack back the queen, then the bishop will continue goes to c5 and attack the bishop. And if your bishop capture, the queen capture, and it will be a check, then this will be a double attack, and the bishop at c4 will be captured by the black. So example, if you move the king to h1, then the black can go for a short castling. So now you free the king from being pinned, and now the knight can capture the bishop. So if you move away the bishop such as to b3, then the knight e will go to g4, and you have a very strong attack and fold. And if you move the queen, if you capture with the rook, and here the queen will just capture the bishop. And if this position, if you capture the rook, then the knight will be able to capture the pawn, and this will be a fork, and the pawn cannot capture. So the white can play a sacrifice move, and this will maintain white in a slightly better position. So back to this position, Queen D4 was played, and you have the multiple attack. And now the knight F to D7, and the knight will protect the knight. But still, the white will have a very strong attack on the knight, and also you can bring the bishop to capture, and you have a triple attack on the knight, and the queen also able to have a long attack at the rook and pinning it. Another suggestion you can play is to play knight takes a c4, and black has nothing to worry about this. So after capture, and if you capture with the knight with the queen, then you can just move a rook to f8. So now the rook cannot capture. If you capture, the queen will just capture, and if the queen capture, then the king will just capture, and it will be a equal game. So nothing to be worried for the black. So after this move, then the bishop continue to capture the pawn and have a multiple attack and pressure on the e5. So now you have 3 pieces attacking the knight, while the black only have 2. And here you give up the free knight at this position, and this is a free knight. So this is not a free knight. If you, let's say, if you capture the knight, then you can see that here the white is clearly winning, because the bishop will capture back the knight, and here you have the multiple attack, and here you have the double attack. So this double attack, and the queen is attack the bishop. So here you have a triple attack with a 1 move. So the knight capture, then the rook will just capture, and the rook will check the king, and also the queen is attacking the bishop. So you have the double attack here. And if the king move to f8, then the rook will go to e3, and now you have the double attack with the queen. And here the white will win back. So if you move away the rook, such as come to h7, then the queen will capture the bishop. And after this action, you can notice that the white extra knight. The white to play is to capture the bishop first. For example, if you capture the bishop first, then this will remain equal position, because the king can go for a short castle first, and now the bishop need to move. If you move to b3, then the bishop can come to f5, protecting all the pawn. And here if you capture the pawn h6, then the knight will go to g4, attacking the queen and also attack the pawn. And if your queen comes to h4 to protect it, then the queen can go to b6 and continue check the king with the knight. So if you move wrongly, such as move the queen to h3, then the queen check, and now if you block with the rook, then the knight continue to capture and be winning. And if you move the king inside, then the knight will have goes to f2 check and fork the queen and king. And if the king goes to g1, then you have the open check with the queen, and after king to h1, then the queen sacrifice check and rook check, then you have a very nice mate with the knight. So back to this position, after the black can go for a short castling, and here the rook continue to capture the knight, and after this the bishop just capture the knight, and this is a tactical blunder, because after this capture now you have a very brilliant sacrifice with the rook to g5, and this will be the critical path from e5 to g5 and capture the pawn at g6 and also capture the pawn at h7. And white make this move, and the black just sees that the bishop is an open file to attack the queen, and any queen move it will be lost. And in the actual game, the queen moved to b6, and with this the white is mate in 3. I give a couple of seconds to figure out how the continuation of the white to play a mate in 3. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer. Queen capture the pawn and check the king, and the queen also control another angle, and this pawn cannot capture rook because it's being pinned by the bishop. So after this move, the king moved to h7, and now you cannot move your queen to this move. Rook capture h6 and check the king, and here the king move. With this, the black resign the game. If you move the king to g8, then you have a rook to h8, and this will be a checkmate, and is protected by the queen. So even though the queen is being pinned, the queen do not need to be moved, and it can be checkmate with just the rook. And this beautiful game just complete in only 18 moves. And with this, thank you.